When you think of pickup trucks, sexy is the furthest description that comes to mind. But that's exactly what the Mazda BT50 is, to the point that some people even confuse its sexiness for weakness. So what must the Mazda BT50 do in order to highlight its true rugged inner nature? Well, dude, it goes through a makeover, Pangolin style. Let's do this.
Beautiful, sexy, sleek. These are words that you'll never say about a mid-size pickup truck unless the said truck is the Mazda BT50. It's a vehicle that you can take on your date night, park at a 5-star hotel, and not feel out of place. Being sexy is an interesting take on the mid-size truck, which some people often mistake for weakness. But as most strong, sexy women will tell you, beauty does not translate to weakness. The BT50 rides on the Isuzu DMAX platform, and nobody will say that the Isuzu DMAX is weak. Now, what's interesting is this Mazda BT50 Pangolin 4x4 retails for 1,858,000 Philippine pesos, which is lower than a top-spec Isuzu D-Max. So, does the Mazda BT50 Pangolin represent a better overall value? Let's find out. Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell.
Alright dude, so here's the deal. The Mazda BT50 Pangolin edition first came out around 2020 when Mazda Philippines partnered with the Catala Foundation to raise awareness for the Philippine Pangolin. Now dude, that is such a nice gesture on Mazda Philippines' part. And it worked, at least for me. You see, I didn't even know that there were pangolins here in the Philippines, well, before this partnership. I mean, yeah, I know, right? I should have listened more back in school when they were teaching us that there were pangolins here in the Philippines. Now, as I said, the BT50 is built on the D-Max platform versus the Ford Ranger platform in the previous generation. Now, I feel that this is a better partnership, keeping the Mazda BT50 as a pure Japanese truck. Now, the engine and transmission here are both lifted from the Isuzu DMAX LSE, which means that the BT50 gets a 3-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel that puts out 187 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque. The power can be sent to all 4 wheels via an ASIN-sourced 6-speed automatic transmission. So we have a D-Max engine and chassis here. We have a Mazda skin, and we have a Toyota source transmission. So yes, the Mazda BT50 Pangolin is a true blue Japanese pickup truck. Now dude, there are no Skyactiv stuff here. The thing is, the Isuzu mechanicals means that, well, you could expect meaty and grunty acceleration response here, so I'll show you. See? Engine, woo! Once you step on that throttle pedal, yeah, you could hear the loud diesel engine noise. And yeah, it can go. It can really go. The transmission is also quick to step down to give you more power if you need it. Yeah, so yeah, it really feels quite a capable truck. It's a truly capable truck. Now that also means, dude, that the Mazda BT50 takes full advantage of Isuzu's vaunted reliability, well, that its D-Max twin is known for. So you could expect that this BT50 is also going to be super reliable. Now, dude, I'm saying Isuzu DMAX this, Isuzu DMAX that, but here's the thing. The Mazda BT50 Pangolin gets something that the local DMAX LSE 4x4 doesn't get. I mean, dude, we have a rear locking differential here. Now, I know there are DMAXs in other markets that get rear locking differential, but unfortunately here in the Philippines, that, my friends, is a no-go. So if you're an off-roader, well, and you're looking at the the BT50 or the DMAX, you'll probably lean towards the Mazda BT50 4x4 Pangolin because of that rear locking differential capability. Then you'll have to also consider the price. Now, we all know that Mazda manufactures premium cars and it also commands a premium price tag, and you'd expect that this BT50 would be more expensive than the DMAX. But dude, that's not the case. That is not the case at all. You see, this BT50 4x4 Pangolin edition is even more affordable than the top-spec DMAX LSE 4x4. Then you also have to factor in, you have to factor in, dude, the fact that Mazda Philippines throws in a free 5-year preventive maintenance service package. So you've got a more affordable price, you've got free service for the next 5 years, and you've got a rear locking differential. So dude, yeah, I mean, Isuzu supplied the truck to Mazda. But it appears that, yeah, Mazda just made the BT50 more competitive than its DMAX twin. Then, on top of that, I mean, dude, the cabin itself even feels more premium than its DMAX twin. And that's because of the Mazda magic that was used for the cabin materials. You see, the layout is the same as an Isuzu DMAX here, but it's those small touches here and there that makes this a true Mazda cabin. You see, by adding soft touch materials in strategic areas like the leather found here on the sides of the center tunnel, well, the cabin now looks and feels more premium than its DMAX twin. You see, there are things that you don't see here as well, like some of the strategically placed sound deadening material that was added to the BT50 to help reduce the ambient noise that comes inside the cabin. Now, another notable feature here, guys, is the infotainment system. In fact, if you think about it, this 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system is the only Mazda in the local lineup that will allow you to use the touchscreen while you're using Android Auto. Now, dude, that's because this is not the Mazda Connect infotainment system, so it is way easier to input addresses in Waze when you're using Android Auto here. Now, I was told by Mazda Philippines that for their newer models, the ones that are using wireless Apple CarPlay, yeah, the touchscreen is also enabled while you're using CarPlay. Although personally, I haven't tested it myself, so I will just have to take Mazda Philippines' word for that. Now, dude, aside from that, the rest of the cabin here just looks so elegant. I mean, we have these perforated brown leather seats here with power adjustments for the driver's seat. We also have this leather wrap steering wheel here. And I also love the color combination that Mazda used for the dashboard. You see, the Isuzu DMAX has a brown top dashboard with black plastic middle dashboards. But for the Mazda BT50 Pangolin, they switched that, they flipped it. We have a black leather top dashboard here with some brown treatment on the middle dashboard. You see, this color combination just makes the BT50 look a lot more executive versus the sporty cabin treatment and design that can be found in other mid-size pickup trucks. which goes so well with the Mazda design that this BT50 has. I mean, if you look at it from the front, you can easily mistake it for a Mazda CX-9. You see, dude, the Kodo design of Mazda has that aura of elegance around it, such that if you're the type of person who doesn't like the brutish looks found in most mid-size pickup trucks, then this Kodo design language will definitely float your boat. Now, dude, the front fascia of the Pangolin edition is identical to the regular Mazda BT50 4x4, which means that we get a Kodo designed front grille here plus full LED lighting units. Now, that's because most of the aesthetic mods found in this Pangolin edition are installed on the sides and the rear. The Pangolin treatment starts here on the side. As you can see, the stock wheels have been swapped out for these 18-inch blacked out Rota wheels that come with a more aggressive offset that gives this BT50 Pangolin a more macho stance. However, that macho stance is a little bit half-baked here because those Rota wheels are still wrapped in the same stock Dunlop highway tires. Now, dude, it would have looked so much better if we have a set of all-terrain tires here. Now, although thankfully, guys, we still have this, these blacked out fender flares here, which help to, to add some more street cred to this BT50 Pangolin. Now, aside from that, guys, we also have a body color painted stepboard here, which, to be honest with you, doesn't seem like the best idea out there. Because when you take the BT50 Pangolin out on an off-road trail, it's the stepboards that can take quite a beating. Now, as for the mechanical bits and the numbers, well, the BT50 Pangolin has the same mechanical bits as a regular BT50 4x4, which means that we have ventilated disc brakes up front, drum brakes at the back, and for the suspension, we have a double wishbone front suspension and leaf springs at the back. Now, the ground clearance is also identical to a BT50 4x4, which means that we have a ground clearance of 240 millimeters, and the flood wading depth is also at 800 millimeters. Just as I said in my BT50 4x4 drive video last year, this Pangolin edition also drives like a manly mid-sized pickup truck. The steering feel is hefty and would require a good amount of effort on your part if you're driving this and parking it around town. Just like the Isuzu DMAX, the BT50 still uses a hydraulic power steering assist system, which explains that additional heft. Now, the fuel economy here, I was surprised with this, guys, because the fuel economy of the BT50 Pangolin is a little bit better than the regular BT50 4x4. You see, around the city, I was able to get 9 kilometers per liter versus the around 8 kilometers per liter of the BT50 4x4. And on the highway, dude, I even reached as much as 17 kilometers per liter, which is the most fuel efficient I've ever had in any of the mid-size pickup trucks that I've reviewed. Now, I would give credit to that, to the truck bed cover that this Pangolin edition has, because that truck bed cover also helps to reduce aerodynamic drag. Now, if you don't have much aerodynamic drag, that also means that you have much better fuel economy. Now, the safety bits of this vehicle is also, it's also the same as the top-spec BT50 4x4 as you are seeing on your screen. Now, as for the ride comfort, let's check out the back. Most mid-size pickup trucks equipped with the rear leaf spring suspension would have a slightly stiffer ride, and the same can be said for this Mazda BT50 Pangolin. Now, that is especially true if you have no load in your truck bed. Now, it's not as stiff to the point that you'll get nauseous while you're riding at the back, no siree. It's still quite comfortable, and that is attributed to the fact that we have a legit amount of space here despite being a Japanese mid-size pickup truck. You see, at 5'6", I get ample amounts of legroom and headroom here, and you could easily fit 3 Asian adults here at the back. The truck bed receives several Pangolin enhancements here, which makes the additional 68,000 pesos for the Pangolin edition well worth your money. You see, we get a style bar here, which gives the BT50 a more sporty look. Plus, we also have a magnetic rolling truck bed cover here. Now, between these two modifications, it would seem that the cargo hauling capabilities of the BT50 Pangolin has been compromised. But dude, it can still haul quite a good amount of stuff, including a scooter. Now, a third enhancement here would be the assisted lift gate. As you can see, could easily lift it with one hand, even with, let's say, one finger. And for me, being a lifestyle truck, this, my friends, is something that I would really appreciate when it comes to the modifications. Now, as for the payload capacity of the BT50 Pangolin, it's still the same as a regular BT50 4x4, which is over a ton, and it also has a 3,500 kilo brake towing capacity.
The Mazda BT50 4x4 Pangolin is a hidden gem. It provides equal or even greater performance when compared to the usual pickup truck suspects, and it does so with the executive look and feel that one can expect from a Mazda. The 5-year free maintenance service package further adds a tremendous value to the Mazda BT50, something that all truck owners will surely appreciate. So, if the purpose of the Mazda BT50 Pangolin is to raise awareness for the endangered pangolin species, then this video's purpose is also to raise awareness that the Mazda BT50, whether in pangolin trim or not, is one of the best kept secrets in the midsize pickup truck segment. Thanks for watching.